Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are on a mission to completely demystify positive thinking. I know, we hear the term literally all the time, right? But we're going to strip away all that fluff today. We're looking at this not as some hollow cliche or a good vibes only bumper sticker, but as a hard science and a highly learnable life skill. Because honestly, the truth is that your mindset is a very real biological tool. And today, we're going to learn exactly how to use it. Okay, let's dive into this. It's the oldest question in the book, isn't it? Is your glass half empty or half full? Well, how you answer this actually reveals a lot about your baseline programming. It tells us how your natural outlook interprets the whole world around you. But, more importantly, whether you lean optimistic or pessimistic, it doesn't just dictate your mood, it actually fundamentally alters your physical reality and how you experience stress. So, before we go any further, we really need to redefine what we're actually talking about here. According to the Mayo Clinic, positive thinking simply means approaching unpleasantness in a more positive and productive way. Basically, it means expecting the best, not the worst. But notice what it does not say. It doesn't mean ignoring reality. It doesn't mean pretending bad things don't happen or, acting like some emotionless robot. It's simply a highly productive, strategic approach to navigating life's inevitable challenges. All right, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the science of positivity. Second, the negative self-talk trap. Third, redefining true positive thinking. And finally, we'll wrap up with your positivity toolkit. Let's jump right into section 1, the science of positivity, biology and data. And this brilliantly illustrates what we mean by hard data. Research compiled by Walden University shows that people with a positive outlook are a massive 33%. Yeah, that's a whole third. Less likely to suffer a heart attack or other cardiovascular issues over a 5 to 25-year period compared to those with a negative outlook. To put that into perspective, that's a huge statistical advantage. And here's the real kicker. That holds true even if they have a family history of heart disease. No way, right? Your mindset is literally protecting your heart. The Mayo Clinic actually expands on this with a verified list of physical benefits. It's essentially this epic battle between the villain of stress and the hero of positivity. We all know stress weakens the immune system and damages the body. But a positive outlook, it acts as a literal shield. It leads to an increased lifespan, lower rates of depression, greater resistance to the common cold, and significantly reduced risks of death from cardiovascular disease, cancer, and respiratory infections. Optimists literally live longer, healthier lives just because their coping mechanisms buffer the toxic effects of stress. Moving right along to section 2, the negative self-talk trap, identifying the villain. Now, the Mayo Clinic identifies self-talk as that endless stream of unspoken automatic thoughts running through your head all day long. And let's be honest, often it's incredibly negative. We've got filtering, where you magnify the bad and completely filter out the good. Personalizing, where you automatically blame yourself when things go wrong. Catastrophizing, assuming the absolute worst outcome over just a minor inconvenience. Then there's blaming others, magnifying minor issues, or polarizing things into only perfect or total disaster. So think about it for a second. Which of these is your automatic go-to trap? Recognizing it is absolutely crucial. It's the very first step to dismantling the whole shebang. Which brings us to section 3, redefining true positive thinking, acceptance and resilience. As an incredibly insightful piece in Psychology Today points out, we are humans, we're not robots. No one is positive all the time, and honestly, trying to be is actually pretty unhealthy. Negative emotions are completely normal and natural. You should really think of them as energy drains that absolutely must be addressed. True positivity requires you to accept and feel your negative emotions so you can actually process them, rather than just bearing them under a fake smile. To really wrap our heads around this, we can look at the deeply personal story of Dr. Laura Gabayan. She's a physician and researcher who shared her experience in Psychology Today. Recently, she lost her home, a place holding 18 years of family memories, and her entire community in the devastating Palisades fire. In the face of absolute despair, she realized positivity wasn't about pretending everything was just fine. It was actually a survival mechanism. It was about choosing to have hope that things would work out, even when her logical brain couldn't see exactly how. She focused on the fact that her family was safe. Positivity in dark times is a lifeline, folks, not a luxury. And this leads to a profound perspective shift from her research. It's simply this: you are a warrior, not a victim. When you stop asking why me and start asking why not me, you shift your mindset from a state of defeat to a state of profound resilience. Your challenges are there to build you, not break you. All right, let's get into section 4, the positivity toolkit, actionable steps. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing how the Mayo Clinic suggests catching your automatic negative thoughts and actively twisting them. When your brain automatically says, I've never done it before, you just pause and consciously reframe it to, it's an opportunity to learn something new. Notice how that first thought just completely shuts you down, but the second thought opens you right up. Let's look at another one. Your brain panics and says, it's too complicated. You catch it and you reframe. I'll tackle it from a different angle. See how this simple mental pivot completely neutralizes the panic? You aren't denying that the task is hard. You're just changing your strategic approach to it. Let's move to and see how this builds into our everyday self-image. This one is highly relatable. The negative trap is, I'm too lazy to get this done. The positive reframe is, I couldn't fit it into my schedule, but I can re-examine some priorities. Actually, I love this one because it beautifully highlights the need for self-compassion over self-criticism. We've got to start speaking to ourselves the way we would speak to a good friend. So the crucial point is that positivity is a daily mental workout. And Walden University gives us this excellent 5-step toolkit to get started. Number 1, notice and reframe those negative thoughts, just like we practiced. Number 2, practice daily gratitude. Literally write down 3 specific things you're thankful for to train your brain to scan for the good. Number 3, be kind to yourself by intentionally doing things you actually enjoy. Number 4, do good for others, because putting positivity out into the world bounces right back to you. And number 5, laugh. Humor reduces stress instantly. Just give yourself permission to find the fun in life. Which leaves us with one final vital question as we wrap up this explainer. What will your next unspoken thought be? Because right now you have a choice. Will that next automatic thought be a trap that drains your energy and damages your health? Or will you catch it, reframe it, and use it as a tool to build a healthier, more resilient life? The science is incredibly clear, and the tools are right there in your hands. It's time to start optimizing your mindset.